When I look back on my childhood, few places represent it like this creek. Each summer, I would explore every nook and cranny in search of native wildlife. But I had a particular fondness for one of the most feared creatures on the planet: snakes. I love snakes. However, millions of people across the planet feel quite the opposite. But why? What is it about these magnificent animals that strike fear in the hearts of so many? I work as an industrial maintenance technician in Northeast Arkansas. I live what most would consider an ordinary life, except I share my home with dozens of cold-blooded creatures. At 10 years old, I discovered Steve Irwin, and I fell in love with reptiles. However, my wife Sarah was not too keen on living with snakes.
When I was a kid, I was always terrified of snakes and thought they had no real purpose. You always hear the expression, the only good snake is a dead snake. Well, every time we would find one, my dad would immediately grab the shovel. When I first got with my husband, I thought he was absolutely insane for wanting to keep reptiles, especially snakes, in the house. Typically, you see dogs and cats. Well, he was a reptile lover. I was terrified, and eventually, over time, learning with him and growing with him in the education process, I learned a lot myself. And come to find out, they're not as terrifying as everybody makes it out to be.
As I watched Sarah slowly overcome her fear, I realized that most likely the fear of snakes, or ophidiophobia, is a result of misinformation and lack of exposure. Snakes have been the subject of folklore dating back thousands of years to biblical times and the subject of countless horror films. It's no wonder why they have such a deathless reputation. One source of the fear surrounding snakes is understandable. According to the CDC, an estimated 8,000 people are bitten in the U.S. by venomous snakes every year, and about 5 of those die. However, according to the CDC, an average of 4.7 million dog bites in the United States annually result in approximately 16 fatalities. Yet, according to the American Veterinary Medical Association, over 48 million people share their homes with dogs. But dogs are cute, cuddly, and personable. What are the benefits of snakes? Snakes provide natural pest control. Without snakes, rodent populations would increase to unnatural levels, leading to the spread of disease, plagues, and destruction of crops.
Brazilian researchers have found that snake venom could be used as a tool in the fight against coronavirus.
Many snake venoms are used in pharmaceuticals. For example, the Brazilian arrowhead viper's venom is used to create medication for treating hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and renal disease in diabetes patients. Researchers have also discovered that proteins in snake venom could be extremely effective as cancer treatments. The truth is, snakes do their best to avoid us and only bite out of self-defense. Some of them have even developed remarkable adaptations to warn us of their presence, like this western diamondback rattlesnake. See, they aren't that bad. A few years ago, I decided it was time to pursue my passion for educating the public on the value of these magnificent creatures. I have witnessed through education and exposure, fear turned to fascination. Now, instead of senselessly killing snakes, many of these folks call me to remove them from their property.
Most of the kids that we come in contact with are like I was when I was a child, terrified of snakes and a lot of other reptiles as well. But through education and by the end of the program, you see a lot of that change.
I hope after watching this film, when encountering a snake in the wild, you admire it from a distance and not view them as the evil, ugly monsters the world has portrayed them as. They play a crucial role in a complex but delicate ecosystem. We need them. The world needs them. The only antidote to fear is knowledge.